if I'm a network and I'm paying that type of money, how do I not have a champion on the show? Yeah. It just doesn't make any sense. So that's what I'm thinking too, bro. Maybe this belt was to appease both networks, but it's still very, very confusing.
What is going on, everybody? Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of Riding with Russo. I'm here with the former WWE head writer, the former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Vince Russo. How are you tonight?
I am doing okay, Dr. Chris. How are you?
I'm well, man. I'm currently trying to do a bunch of things at once. I'm a busy guy, stay busy, and landed here to talk about some wrestling with my pal, man.
Yes, sirree, Bob.
Brother from another mother.
Yes.
All right. So, former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, this guy has held the Big Go belt. All right. And they unveiled, and we talked about this on our show, they unveiled a new WWE branded version of the Big Go belts. And as we talked before, it's the theme around it was Triple H cutting a promo and saying, hey, Roman Reigns is the best we've had in the past quarter century at least. So let's just make another champ because nobody can beat him. So that's essentially what he said. And your thoughts on just how that presentation was. Let's talk about that again. How the presentation was, and who do you think should be the next World Heavyweight Champion?
Well, Chris, to me, the presentation was unclear because I'm still unclear. So Roman Reigns still has the Raw and the SmackDown title, but now there's a third title. Yep. Yeah, it's very, very confusing. I have to wonder, Chris, did they do this just for merch sales because they know they're going to sell a ton of these belts because the people are going to go out and buy the belt? I don't.
They're $500 now, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. I'm trying to understand the meaning behind this. Have you heard anything of pertaining to why they did this?
Well, Triple H is wanting to have a world title for a while. I mean, it's been close to 10 years since they retired the first one. I think it was in 2013, I believe, was when they merged the two. And I heard that Triple H didn't like the Universal Championship. It was the red color, then it was the blue color. I heard that this was something that Triple H wanted to do for a while, and then finally had an opportunity to bring it back in this particular case because, I mean, Roman Reigns merged the titles last year at WrestleMania. And they really did book themselves into a corner,
right,
with the Roman Reigns streak / the bloodline / the how bigger Roman Reigns felt. And so basically this was an opportunity to bring back the World Heavyweight Championship. The way they did it was very it made the title already from the back feel second best. I mean, that's what.
Okay, so what are the names, the official names of the titles that Roman Reigns has?
The undisputed WWE Universal Championship.
But he's got two belts.
That's what makes it undisputed. So it was the Universal Championship and the WWE Championship. He had both, so he became the undisputed WWE Universal Champion.
Okay.
He still has that, as Triple H said. I mean, Triple H still acknowledged it as that. And so basically Roman Reigns is still going to be undisputed WWE Universal Champion. So he's the best of both brands.
Okay.
Still has the top titles of both brands, essentially is what they're saying. And now we're going to bring back the Big Go belt for the sake of the champion for the other brand, but Roman Reigns is still the champion of both brands. It's essentially what they're saying. Yeah,
it's super confusing to somebody like me, bro.
Yeah.
Super confusing.
Yeah, I just think they really should have done a much better presentation.
Yes, much better presentation, much better explanation.
Yeah.
Figure it out, bro.
Yeah.
Figure it out before you make the announcement, because you didn't understand. And now none of us understand.
Correct. I mean, that's basically what it is. You mentioned, I want you to flesh out an idea that you had before that you mentioned as far as like the networks having something to do with it. Flesh that out a little bit more, because I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
I believe that. And again, bro, it's like, people got to understand, it was only a year ago that I was consulting with the USA Network, and they were not happy campers. They were... bro, like I said, I mean, I don't know if I've said it before on this show, but I found it amazing that, no matter what the WWE rating is, no matter how many people watch, they still make the same amount of money.
Yeah.
So there's no incentive. Like if 10 people watch the show or 10 million, the USA Network is paying them the same, which I could not believe. Mm-hmm. It should have been an incentive program. The higher the ratings, the more money you get paid. But it's not that. But yeah, bro, the fact at that time was that, Roman was the champion and primarily on SmackDown.
Yeah.
They did not like that. Since then, bro, there's been a lot more crossover with bringing Roman over to Raw. Mm-hmm. But if I'm a network and I'm paying that type of money, how do I not have a champion on the show? Yeah. It just doesn't make any sense. So that's what I'm thinking too, bro. Maybe this belt was to appease both networks, but it's still very, very confusing.
True. I think that they need to spend more time with making it make sense as far as Roman Reigns no longer being first of all, you're called the Undisputed. Okay, so you're called the Undisputed Champion because there's no dispute.
Explain to people what undisputed means, Chris.
There's no dispute that you are the best.
Yes, there's nobody's arguing that.
Yes, indeed. So you are the champion of both brands. You are the WWE Champion and the Universal Champion, undisputed. So there's no dispute that you're the top champion of both brands.
Right.
Now, either they merged both brands into one and then did a third brand, which they didn't, or he's still the undisputed champion of both brands. So again, the presentation automatically made it feel like it was second best. So I don't know how they're going to clear out that confusion as far as making Roman Reigns not the undisputed champion. What makes him not undisputed anymore? What's the dispute?
It's so confusing.
He's never lost. He didn't lose the titles. What's the dispute now?
See, now I'll be honest. If I'm writing for them, okay, that's the promo Reigns is cutting on SmackDown. That is the promo. Wait a minute. Did somebody beat me and I wasn't told about it?
Right.
That is the promo that I'm cutting. And I would say, I think you suggested this, Chris, or mentioned it. I would say, you know what, bro? Let's make this easy to understand. Let me have the first crack at that belt too, and I'll take home all, because then he really screws the company.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But to me, logically, on SmackDown, you have to hear Roman cut what you just said.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, because it's true. I mean, I'm the undisputed champion. I've had the title. I have not lost the title. Why am I not the undisputed champion anymore?
And let him call Hunter out and just say, bro, what is this? Again, one of your jealous games, bro?
Right.
Because you didn't hold the title for 1,000 days. Is that what this is? Yeah. I mean, do that.
Yeah.
But it's like, Chris, they won't. Therefore, we're all just going to be confused.
Yeah, exactly. Because the thing is, if there's disputes, that means that undisputed. I mean, he earns that title because there's no dispute. He's still champion. So then they would have to clean it up by dropping one of the titles. For what though? You won the titles, you defended the titles, And if they drop one of the titles to make the other brand have a title, why didn't you just grab one of Roman Reigns' titles? Because it didn't make sense because he didn't lose. So this doesn't make sense whatsoever. I know this is a tough task, and I know that you mentioned Roman Reigns cutting a promo. How would Vince Russo, if you were paid a huge money paycheck, and Triple H was like, okay, you know what? That is a good point. He is still undisputed champion. He never lost the title. Bringing in the third belt doesn't make sense because he was never dethroned from being the top champion of both brands, which is the reason why he's the undisputed champion. But we do got to clean this up because we do want to appease both brands, and we do want to make sure that we have more of a present champion. How would Vince Russo?
Bro, I got to go with reality. And I got to go on Reigns calling out Hunter, cutting that promo, and Hunter turning around and saying, okay, bro, you want to air dirty laundry? You want to air dirty laundry? Well, here's the quandary, champ. We've got two networks, and both networks want a champion represented. And it seems that, the more this streak continues, the more you're taking on a Brock Lesnar personality. Yeah. And the more you want to be a part-time player. And you know what? That ain't going to fly with the network. I don't know how else to do it, Chris, other than because if you just don't come out and do something like that, bro, you're just going to keep piling on of a story that doesn't make sense. And you know how it is, Chris. When something doesn't make sense and then you try to make sense out of it, now it makes less sense. Again,
it goes back to when I ironed my grandma's sweater when I mentioned this before.
Yes.
I thought I was doing good. I was like, oh, it's smearing. Let me iron it more to see if I can straighten it out. Nope, it smears even more. So
yeah. Tell that story. Tell how, you've become a prima donna. Now you want time off. Now you want a Brock Lesnar schedule. No problem, champ. But sure. we are going to have a fighting champ. We are going to have somebody that, I don't know how else to do it, bro.
And in fairness, why can't Roman Reigns just come up like, oh, there's a new belt? Okay, cool. So I get to have first dibs at that one too, right?
Right.
That's essentially what he's. Why doesn't he? If he's the undisputed champion, you brought another belt off for Raw. Well, I'm the champion of Raw already,
right?
Because I won that already. Because Brock Lesnar was champion of Raw. I beat him, so therefore I'm the champion of Raw. Oh, so now you got a second belt. So that means either I should take that belt because it should be mine since I'm the champion of Raw, or I should vie for it. I should, fight for it.